Everyone, it's David, and I'm on camera for this next part of the course. So if you know me really well, I don't actually like to be camera at all, but I'm here to tell you the most important thing. The next few minutes will be the most important part of the course. If you watch nothing else and get nothing else out of this course, if you really listen and to embrace these next few points, it can change your business and change your life. I've actually seen it in the data that I do. But I am terrible at marketing. I am so bad. As I mentioned, I don't like to exchange money. But I've got a friend, Bob, who I'll kind of introduce you to, who is a marketing expert. He runs his own marketing company. He and his partner, Gigi, help lots of people, larger companies, run Facebook ads and all that kind of stuff. And being able to, actually, I do tarot readings for him. And then he kind of feeds me marketing advice and stuff like that as well. And it's been working out really well. So the most important thing is he's taught me is one is people do not buy from people who have the best product, the best service, or the best price. They really buy, especially service-based businesses like tarot, from people that they know, like, and trust. And so these are the most important things in business to grow is, do they know you? Do they even know you have a business, or how are they going to find you? And there's lectures where I teach you on how I do that in social media, and you can reach out or through your own friends and family. Do they even like or resonate with you? And then do they trust you to solve the problem? And do they like you, kind of spending time, do they, resonate with your messages and so forth? And on an energetic basis, whether you're doing tarot or Reiki or stuff like that, I think we kind of understand the concept of that. But then do they trust that you will actually solve the problem for them? There are times where you'll see is someone will say like, oh, I'm going through this hardship or this, I'm struggling with clarity in my life right now. I really feel like I need a tarot reading, like blatant layup for who could be a client. And then you say, oh yeah, I'll do a tarot reading for you. It's XYZ dollars, whatever the case you might charge. And they go, no thanks. And when the reality it is because they actually don't trust that you will deliver the benefit that they need. Because you've already laid out, that should be the perfect transaction. That you already know that they have a need and they would like a tarot reading, and then you offer them your tarot reading or whatever it may be. No matter what the price is irrelevant. If they're not willing to buy to meet their need, it means that for them that money spent, they don't trust that you will deliver what they need, the transformation, the clarity, the insight, whatever it might be. So that's why in marketing, the most important thing is know, like, and trust. And then the easiest way in the world to break down know, like, and trust is to be on video. For me, this was the hardest thing to get over. And when we get back to the slides section, I'll show you how I've changed the vision of my tarot business compared to what it looked like before, and how it's a game changer to actually be on camera, because now you see if you resonate with my messages, resonate with me, you trust me to even be, am I lying to you, even trust whether you understand my messages and so forth. Video is so important. In fact, they've shown even in just purchasing any product, if there's some kind of video on the page, conversion rates go way up, because people just want to see it working. They want to see how it works or what it does, and that seeing it live or seeing it demonstrated gives people more trust in it, especially in any service-based business, like tarot reading. People need to trust they know who you are, and they know that they're going to like you, and they're going to get the benefit that they want from you. And so I used to do it as I never wanted to be on camera with the disembodied voice and so forth or whatever. And in live readings, it can be a lot easier to do it, but obviously through the internet at some point, and in the pandemic, you may not be able to do live readings for people or convince people to do live readings with you or come to you for a live reading until they get to know you. So the number one way to do that is to break down the know, like, and trust barrier, and the way to do that is to be on camera. And just once you really get with that, and I resonate with a karmic thing, which is a lot of messages in tarot. If you go through anything in tarot, I know this resonates with you. Is you just have to trust the situation. That if you get exposed to enough people, we always think of it as the disaster case, like, oh, well, if I get exposed to 1,000 people, there's going to be a bunch of people who just don't resonate with me and don't want to do any kind of business with me. And absolutely that's true, but you just let that go and don't worry about it. And you trust and know that there's going to be some percentage of the opposite is very true. There's going to be some percentage that will resonate with you, and then will grow to hopefully like you and trust you to actually reach their business. So once you see that, becomes the magic formula, is just be your true authentic self, put yourself out there vulnerably through video, and then just trust that some people are going to resonate with you and be attracted to work with you, and some people are not. And then you almost just let it go and let it naturally happen and don't worry about it. And so that's why, as I mentioned in the beginning of this, why I'm willing, it's fine for me to teach people how to do tarot the way I do it, and even tell you all these tips and tricks that I do, is because there are people who will naturally resonate with you that won't resonate with me, and vice versa. And just trust that you can reach clients and people who would never be interested in working with me, and that's fine. That's just the way it should be and the way it works out. So let me tell you a little bit about Bob and his background, how he came to this. So before he became a marketing expert, why this is true, to give you some kind of, you're like, okay, maybe I understand this tacitly as a human being, and it becomes even more true for younger and younger generations, people who have to see. That's why social media platforms with video like YouTube or TikTok and stuff like that are growing in more popularity versus Twitter, where you can not do anything and just put up your words and not do anything else. They need to see you so they can resonate with you and then trust you and become advocates for you. But before he got into marketing, my friend Bob was actually worked as a hacker, an ethical one, where banks or other places would hire his company to test their security. So they would say, okay, we believe we have a very secure, building, facility, all the stuff you would hope that all of your banks have, so that people just can't get in and steal all your money. And so these companies would do stress tests. So they would hire these hackers and say, hey, we believe we got the best security software, we got the best protocols and security systems in place to prevent anything from happening. So we're going to hire your company to prove it out, hopefully find any loopholes or places where we can do better, and then do the presentation. So Bob told me, and I can't tell you the number of nights we've had where I'm in stitches with the stories. I just can't share all of them, but of all the stuff that he would do and go through, because all these executives would think that they have the best security systems and software, and then when they give the final presentation, he says the jaws just drop and they are shocked at what these hackers can accomplish. And the way it worked, which is why it's very important and why I think Bob should do a TED Talk on this, is when there are actual true hackers, the computer guys who are trying to hack into the system and steal account numbers, steal passwords, that's kind of what you think about, all that kind of stuff. And there were people on that team whose job was to do that. Bob had a different job on the team, and his job was to be the social hacker, which means how much damage could he do working relationships or talking to people and doing all that kind of stuff, and then see if he could then plant equipment in there to help facilitate the people outside the actual computer hackers to actually do more damage or do more work for them. Amazing, right? So Bob, as a social hacker, his job was to leverage the techniques of know, like, and trust as a stranger who needs to get into a building, secure facility, to do that. So one technique he would use is he would go on, use any kind of publicly available information, and he would change his phone when his friend calls him. Instead of a picture, of his friend popping up, he would change it to the picture of the CEO of the bank and actually that person's name. So now when he walks up to security, he pretends like, oh, I'm on the phone. Look at this. It's shows the picture and says it's the CEO of your bank. He's yelling at me because I need to get in for a meeting, and I'm late for the meeting, and I can't get in because people are asking for certain IDs or credentials or something. I'm not on a list. Can you help me and get in? And you'd be surprised at how often things like that, where they say, oh, I don't want to upset the CEO, I'm definitely going to let you in. Just go ahead. And once he's inside, then he can kind of go do whatever else he wants. And so, not to belabor some of the points and go through the situations, but some of the tips and tricks that Bob would do when he's inside is, naturally he would be planting, I don't even know, modems or, kind of stuff that would amplify signals, Wi-Fi signals, to allow the actual computer hackers to get in. But the other thing he would try to do is he would try to physically get out with laptops and computers that are unsecured, because once you have a bank's laptop computer, and then whatever information's on there, or account information or passwords, or even access to the system that you can hack into, there's so much damage that could be done that way. So Bob would go around, he would just set up shop in an office and be truly self-confident in his ability to do that and just, act like you're meant to be there and people wouldn't question it. And be like, what are you doing? What are you doing here? He's like, oh, I'm going to be here, all week and stuff like that. I'm with XYZ external contractors, IT company. We're here to help you out. And he's like, have you had any slow access to the system or slow internet? Oh, I have my computer is so slow. It's terrible. It takes me so much time to boot up. Oh, just bring it to me, and I'll be happy to. It may take a day or two, but I'll take it away, and we'll try to update the software and get it as fast as possible. So in the same way, it's not like he was unethically sneaking around like the Pink Panther, if I'm dating myself, and steal people's laptops. People were bringing him their laptops because the social connections that he would make, people would know, like, and trust him. They know he's there. They know he's there for a week. He sounds very competent about equipment stuff and all the problems you may have and how to help them, and they eventually trust him enough to hand them their laptops and say, okay, I'm going to go without this for the day or a couple days, knowing that you're going to bring it back. So he would say at the final presentations, the CEOs would come in and believe that they're fully secure, they wouldn't find anything. He'd walk in a room and there's 10 to 20 of their own laptops that they got out. Imagine that's where the CEO would drop to the floor because they think they have totally secure systems, and now Bob and his friends have taken out of the company 20 laptops that they now can have access to do whatever they want for the bank or whatever the case may be. And that is the power of know, like, and trust, and actually being in the presence of somebody that you could do, because there's no email that you could send, there is no phone call that you could send, there's no letter you could write that anyone would trust you enough to give you your laptop. I know we get those kind of spam and phishing scams all the time, and some people fall for it. But the power of visual presence and being in someone's presence to be able to know, like, and trust who you are authentically. We should all do it ethically and not, obviously try to take advantage of banks and so forth. But this is just showing them the procedures, our human instinct to connect with people and trust people. If you're a bank, you need security procedures and protocols that go beyond that. To would say, listen, I know who you are. I've seen you here every day. And I trust that you work here, but you don't have your badge. And the rule is you have to have a badge to get in. Like, that is a protocol that most large businesses have. And you have to have that firm line. I know who you are. I've seen you so many times. We're friends. We talk all the time. I cannot let you in because you don't have the badge. And that has to be a rule in order to have the kind of security. So in that same scenario, Bob said one day he obviously started work up a relationship with the receptionist to get in every day or whatever he had to do. And then the one day he's leaving, he has 3 or 4 laptops, he's got to take them out, and he has to pass by the receptionist and security to do that. And he's heading out the door, and he's got the laptops in his arm, and all of a sudden they shout, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he thinks he's totally busted, which happens occasionally if people have good security systems. And he says, oh, I'm just, I'm taking these laptops, back to to get some help with the IT guys because they're so slow and we just can't fix them on site. It'd be so much faster to fix them at our shop and bring them back here. And she's like, oh, and then immediately you think, okay, we're busted, it's over. And both the security person and the whoever's receptionist people land in and say, oh, hold on, mine's really slow too. Can I give you my laptop too to have you add to the pile and fix it because it's just bothering me so much? And he's, oh yeah, he thought he was busted. He's like, oh, I'm so happy to do that. I'll do yours first because we've had this good rapport going and we're great friends and all that kind of stuff. That is how powerful that it is that you can have know, like, and trust bring you to a point where you can inadvertently compromise security systems or protocols, which you should naturally have. And I think anyone who's talked to people or had people potentially mistreat them like that happens all the time. And that is why the biggest change for me, and I won't belabor this much longer, we'll get back to the slides and so forth so I don't have to be on camera, is to trust. As much as I don't want to be on video or I am uncomfortable with it and feel like I don't sound right, look at me, my kids are sleeping upstairs, so I'm in my kitchen, it's dark around me because it's the only time I can kind of record stuff. This is going to be okay because at least seeing me authentically in my dad midnight hours that I can do is better off than trying to have some fake persona that you never feel like you resonate with or trust versus an authentic person who you see right in front of you. So as soon as I started putting myself in videos of my readings, But I think in route, I'll just go quickly through. Obviously, if you can do in-person readings for people, that is the best to build rapport, and they're more likely to come back to you. If you can't, some people do schedule Zoom readings and all that kind of stuff. That's obviously the next best case because you're still on camera. You can still build as much rapport as you can remotely, and obviously in the pandemic, it's probably the only option. I personally probably sacrifice some of my business because with 2 kids under the age of 4, I cannot guarantee my time. I want to help you. I want to do as best as I can for your tarot readings. But if you schedule time with me Thursdays, 10 p.m., I can't guarantee that I'm available because I don't know when my kids are going to sleep or how long they're going to stay asleep. So for me, what I do is I record things in video. When we get back, I'll show you how we do it. But I record things in video and then send it to people. And then we email back and forth or text message, whatever the case may be, if they need some clarifications, whatever it is. Once you know these principles, you may say, oh, I'm going to do a lot of in-person readings, and that's where your business may be more successful than mine. But for me, the video is the only thing that works in order to merge having some know, like, and trust and still working with my family on the hours and the flexibility that I need, because I can't guarantee the time I would actually be anywhere at any time or available. Like, available is not a word at the moment because I don't know who's going to wake up in a minute, so I can't schedule the time, and I feel bad if I try to schedule that time and waste people's time. So, but as soon as I started, so now once you get into this, like even now, things that aren't really tarot readings, you mentioned I do other things, I originally started to get into, I would send people a video and say, okay, this is me, this is what I do, this is what the product you're just about to buy, here's the best way to get the handle of it. Even that alone built enough rapport that know, like, and trust breakdown that they're more likely to trust me, repeat with me, purchase more things, or recommend me for other people. So most important things are trust. That know, like, and trust are the most important things that you can do for your business, especially service-based business like tarot reading. And the best way to break that down with people is to be on video in some way, shape, or form. I'll show you when we get back to slides. And if you can do that and just get over it or get past it and trust that it's not going to be perfect, you're never going to sound perfect, and look perfect, your background's not going to be perfect, whatever the case may be, but that authentic human connection is going to serve you way better in your business than anything else. And in fact, as I've talked about, some of my my mindful community and stuff like that. I've got some paid communities and so forth, which you should join. Check out those links above if that resonates with you. My conversion rate from people who do tarot readings and see me on video is so much higher than anything else I do. And it's because, one, tarot readings can be a lot of time. So it's like, oh, I'll show you some of the stuff a little bit later in the video. It's like, oh, yes, you paid me for time with me, and I'm going to solve the problem for you. But while I'm in front of you, like, you're getting to know, like, and trust me. So if I mention that I've got these other services that I think you might help you on your journey, or just reference them, or a lot of times I'll just say, hey, if you're interested in anything else, I can help your path in any other way. Just check out the link I'll put in the emails that I send you with this video, or below this video. And the percentage of people who do that as well is really high as well, because once they know, like, and trust you, then they trust you enough to go click your links, check out your other stuff, and then just the rapport you build with people by being on video is the biggest game changer in any business you can do. And it was obviously a big struggle for me to do, and it's a lot for other people as well, so I know that can be the case for you as well. But you just need to trust that you're going to always think it from the negative side, like lots of things in social media. I put out a video, people may not like it, people may comment negatively on it. Ignore those people, because you're going to find the people who do resonate with you and do want to work with you. And the value of growing that pool of people for your audience and growing your business is way more valuable than getting a little bit of tough skin that you need to have to disregard any of the naysayers or anything like that from anything that you may have on video. So we'll get back to slides, so I don't have to be in video anymore. But if you take nothing else away from this course, know, like, and trust is the most important thing to marketing your business at all, more important than anything else, and the best way to do it is through video. And I'm back off camera. Of course, as I get on video, I forget something. So if you are not good at marketing like me, and you think you could use some help with this, I would highly recommend my friend Bob. Obviously, I know, like, and trust him because I've done many tarot readings for him, so I know what's going on in his life, and he's helped me in many ways. But I think what he does, which is interesting, is he has a paid community. It's about $12 a month, where you get access to Facebook groups to ask questions. He's got podcasts. He does teaching sessions that he sends out to everybody, and he's got ways to communicate with them through messaging to answer questions for everybody. And so, many of us can't hire, especially as you're getting started in your tarot business, you can't hire marketing experts. People say, oh, I'll run whatever ads for you, blah, 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 so much money, or somebody learn how to do this, learn how to do that. It just wouldn't be cost effective in the beginning. But with what he does is just by paying, has a pool of people and says, okay, everyone may have common questions. So for just paying a little bit, $12 a month, you get access to this pool of people. And then not only can you ask whatever questions you want and help you in your business, but as other people ask questions, you may learn something from them that you weren't even thinking about. If someone asks you questions about how to do certain types of ads on YouTube or whatever, and you never thought about doing that, and then based on their answer, like, oh, maybe that's something I should do because that sounds like I can actually do that or do whatever, then I think that would help you out. So if that's something that you would be interested in, I can put some videos to potentially some links to videos to whatever he has, as well as links below if you want to join Bob's community. I'm a member, and he has other things. His big mission beyond just marketing is helping people get out of their own way, which is a big barrier for me as far as getting into being able to sales and businesses and so forth like that. So if that resonates with you and you want to try it and you think you could use some marketing consultant help but not without marketing consultant prices, I highly recommend my friend Bob to check out his services and stuff like that. And I'll just put the link below if you just want to check it out for a month and just see if it helps you at all, and see if any of the courses that he puts on or live presentations would help you as well too. Then just give it a try and see if it works for you, and if not, then you find something else that works for you.